Hello, I am in a new place. I've moved. Hello, welcome to the Kale Chip channel. I am 8 months on 2. I'm very late with this one. I actually apologize by how incredibly late I am with this update. I mean, as I said earlier, I've moved. Yeah, no, been super busy. I started uni, trying to figure out the balance between uni work and every other aspect of life and keeping myself alive and making food and things like that has been difficult. So this hasn't been at the top of my priority list, but I'm finally getting around to it. And yeah, I actually have quite the list today, which is surprising because I feel like these past few videos have been quite short because there hasn't really been many changes, but I've got a few. Starting off, I had my technically 6 months gender clinic appointment with the gender hormone clinic at I want to say it was the start of September, but it was after I filmed the last testosterone update, so it technically counts in this one, which, yeah, that was technically 7 months on T, not 6. That went very well. All my levels were fine. Everything was good, which is great because I feel like when I watch like other people's videos, I see that like not that many people actually have like their levels be fine straight off the bat. So that was good. I was very happy about that. The only thing I was told is to maybe consider switching to injections after a year if my period doesn't stop, or there's other options as well, but to just keep an eye on that and possibly do something about that. But other than that, that appointment was so smooth, so quick. There really wasn't anything that needed any sort of attention to it, so that's great. I love that. My dose currently is 2 pumps of Testogel daily, and yeah, seems to be working. Seems to be fine. So let's get into the changes. Going head to toe, physical changes. I haven't actually wrote anything for emotional changes, but I'll still add it as a category I can give life updates. General life updates. Also, I'm still getting used to my camera being over here. It's not quite, if I look like straight onto the wall, it's not quite where it used to be. But so if I'm not looking remotely in the direction of the camera occasionally, forgive me. Should we do a quick room tour as well? The people who know me for other things and know my streams, I've seen this. I have a poster wall. Ignore the washing that's lurking in the dark. My bed and the shelves. I could turn a light on to do this, but yeah, that's about it. I have a bathroom there, and then out in that hall is my flatmates and the shared kitchen. That's the uni room. It's quite a small room. To be fair, for a uni room, it's not too bad. But yeah. Starting with the hair. Nothing about my actual hair has changed. Pretty sure it was red last time. But my hairline, like, it has squared out. It's definitely squared out. I actually have no idea when that happened. I noticed it. It's definitely been like a gradual over time thing. I have no idea when that actually happened. It's not something I've checked very often, but I think it is definitely squared out a bit. Also, with my fringe, you literally cannot see it at all normally, but it is definitely just like the edges have become a little bit more square, and my like sideburns have kind of. I mean, that since I've had my haircut, you can't really see them. They've kind of come down, and then that leads into my next point of like facial hair has come down to like here. Quite noticeable. You cannot see it on camera, but my camera's not very good. My camera is very blurry. You can see the staticness on the wall. My camera isn't great for picking up fine details, but again, all these things are going to be so gradual over time. now. I think like the next time you'll get like a big overview of lots of things will be my 1 year where I go through everything again. But other than that, it's just kind of, yeah, everything's still going. But also means that I don't have the most exciting content for you guys anymore. Rah, I clicked off my thing. No, come back. Come back. I'm just using my phone for notes. I have like one notes page with like every month. It's great. Next thing is acne. You actually, I think it's more just you can't see it on camera than the fact that it's not there. Acne on my face isn't too bad. I've definitely got like, I think like around my hairline. It's got quite bad recently. It's definitely worse than it was last month. I don't get bad acne, so by aggressive, I really don't mean aggressive in the way lots of people have it. Like, I'm very blessed for not having super bad acne, but it has been, especially around my hairline, just like lots of like concentrated spots, but I can't really complain. It hasn't been it hasn't been bad, it hasn't really even been annoying. But also the back of my arms, I'm wearing long sleeve. There's no way you'll be able to see it. But like this bit here specifically has got a lot of spots on it. I'm thinking it's probably just because that's where I do my testosterone. Like I always do my testosterone on my upper arms, so I should probably start switching that up a little bit to see if that goes away. But I have noticed a lot more acne there. Now let's get into the voice update. I don't think there has been very much. I did record this on the first of the month. I always make sure I've recorded the voice updates like when the month actually rolls around, even if I'm not recording the main video. But yes, the voice update. Let's play.
Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice pre-T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 1 month on T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 2 months on T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 3 months on T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 4 months on T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 5 months on T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 6 months on T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 7 months on T. Hi, I'm Calum, and this is my voice 8 months on T. And this is my voice pre-T. And this is my voice 8 months on T.
So yeah, no, not much of a change at all there. I think the only change in it has been just getting used to my voice being like this and adjusting the way that I talk to better match my voice. I haven't really done anything specifically, but occasionally I'll notice some inflections or the way that I'm speaking that I don't like or that makes me dysphoric, and I change it. Like, just become a lot more aware of it, and the next time I can change that to not doing that. So I think that's probably all that's changed about my voice since last month. But I could be wrong. If you guys can hear it, let me know. Since I have got to uni, I have taken up climbing again, which means I've actually been doing some form of sports or exercise to be able to talk about the strength side of testosterone. I still don't really work out or do anything that would give me a noticeable change, but I have noticed when climbing, I've definitely not been struggling as much as I thought I would going straight back in. Maybe like the first one, the first few climbs, I was just rusty because it's been like a year. Especially last week when I went, I was doing things a lot harder than I thought I would be able to do. I think the grade I was doing was like 6A/B. I thought I'd probably be doing 4s. So I definitely have noticed that strength is there. Again, still have a disability that impacts that. So it's probably not anywhere near what it could be if I didn't have that. And also, I don't really exercise to build up that strength. But yeah, I did kind of get shocked by the fact that I could climb pretty normally and pretty honestly still had quite a lot of the strength in my upper arms compared to like what I used to have like a year ago when I did climbing as well. So that surprised me, honestly. I'm hoping that will go towards my benefit of like being able to get better faster with climbing and do things better than I could when I was at school and doing it. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. It's been great to get out and do some sports. And on that same kind of realm, oh my god, the sweat when exercising. Literally, I did like 3 climbs. I wasn't belaying. The person I was working with, who was belaying me, wasn't climbing at the time, so I was doing back-to-back climbs. But I think after like 3 climbs, I was absolutely drenched in sweat. I have never like been that sweaty in my life. I know this is probably like a really TMI, but no, that it's such a real change of testosterone, that I guess I haven't experienced to the full extent other than just like summer. But yeah, that was awful. It was so bad. I was not expecting it. I probably should have been. I was not expecting it at all. So yeah, take deodorant with you if you are starting testosterone and you do any form of exercise, because you'll need it. Moving down, I guess the last one was more generic, but my hands have got so much more veiny. Okay, you really cannot see it now, and again, I think it's still like around exercising as well that it really shows. Yeah, no, I think it was after climbing that I realized that my like the back of my hands were a lot veinier. I have really deep veins, so when I say veinier, um, not really, but I can see them now, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't see that pretty. Body hair. Honestly, I haven't really noticed much. My body hair has grown quite a lot since I started testosterone, so maybe it's finally settling down a bit. But I noticed that my like happy trail was getting both darker and like wider, like both more defined and not at the same time. It's getting like darker down like the center line, but then also like widening with like lighter hairs. I don't know if that description makes any sense, but there's definitely been more hair growing there. And my final thing for physical changes is my period once again absolutely trolled me. It was a week late. It was literally, I got to like, I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday, and I was just like, okay, if I can get through today, I can probably say that my period has stopped because it's been a week and my period isn't usually more than a week late. It's pretty inconsistent, but it's not usually more than a week late. And then it just happens to show up. Why? Leave me alone. Why? Yeah, so we'll see. I might need to figure out some form of medication, or I'm pretty reluctant to switch to injections. I have injections for Crohn's disease currently, so I just don't really want to be dealing with 2 different types of injectable medications at once. So I'm kind of reluctant to do that, although I have realised I've been forgetting to take my testosterone more often since I moved to uni, and I've just been busier and more kind of frantically getting out of bed in the morning and going to class. So I need to keep on top of that. And I guess if that continues, then I guess switching to injections might not necessarily be a bad thing. Well, I don't think it would ever be a bad thing. It's just slightly annoying compared to being on gel when I have other forms of injectable medication to be keeping track of at the same time. But yeah, that's all the physical changes for 8 months onto. Now I think we should do emotional changes slash life update. I don't think any of these emotional changes are specific to how long I've been on testosterone or anything to do with that. I think all my emotional changes, any sort of like mood swings and things, definitely left within the first like 5 months. But I will say that I think since moving here and having this independence and stuff like that, being able to surround myself more with the type of people that I want to be around and just like, yeah, kind of focus my energy specifically into the places that I'm interested in, I've definitely been so much happier. I don't think my mental health has been as good for like 5 years. My dysphoria is still present, but not as like all encompassing as it used to be. To be fair, it hasn't been for a while. I think most of my dysphoria comes from my chest now, which I am starting to look into options for top surgery. I don't really know like how long waitlists or anything for that is. So if any of you have any insight into that, but I know there's a surgeon literally like 15 minutes away from me that is really good, and I know some people who have been with him. So I'm kind of looking into that route currently. But it's probably going to be next year, maybe next summer or something like that, until that is a thing that I do. So I wouldn't expect any updates on that anytime soon. But yeah, I have been a lot happier. I'm living in London. It's a great city. There's so much to do. There's so many different types of people. There's always somebody who you can get along with here, and everybody's just been so nice. So I'm having a great time. I'm doing really well, which is a really nice update to be able to give. And yeah, I'm trying to get back into content. I say this at the end of every single one of these videos, but I'm specifically gonna point you in the direction of my main channel and my Twitch stuff, streams. If you enjoy gaming content or anything like that, go over there. I'll have all the links in the description. I'm hoping content will be a lot more active over there, hopefully resurrecting my main channel at some point and just getting back into it. There was a video for this channel that has just been sitting in limbo for ages that was recorded back at my old place. So you'll probably see that eventually. But yeah, the testosterone updates will keep going until I hit like a year. I think I might bring like the reaction content back. Any sort of vlogs will go on this channel. It might not necessarily stay a like completely trans-related channel. It might just be a more like generic, this is what I'm up to kind of thing when the testosterone updates die down. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.